So now I'm going to raise the KH of the water. Now, if we could get a sample next time you go past the shop.
Oh, well, no, you tell me how many days and I'll be down there for sure.
Yeah, a few days. If you came down in a few days, let us retest, and then we'll tell you if to add more of this. The weekend would be fine. So you've got to give that some time to settle in. Yeah. See how that went for raising the KH. Yeah. And then we can tell you whether to add more of it. Okay. Which you probably will need to. So we don't really want to go out of our way to overdose water ager. We don't have to do it as an exact art, because the more of it you use, the more of it actually does. So if we looked at 5 caps, like that, yep. And then once the water is filled up, we want to put about another 5 caps in. So the clarity is already much, much better, but this service must be considered one step in the right direction, and ultimately improving the filtration is what's going to improve the longevity between cleans. Oh, let's say 2.5 inches. Fish are loving it. And then when you get that UV on, now the other thing I need to tell you is that when you go ahead with the new filter, you don't turn the UV on all the time straight away, because we want the UV off to let the good bacteria get into the filter. So you can turn it on for a day, off for a day if you want. But then after a month or two, you can switch the UV on and leave it on. But then about once a year, you want to replace the tube inside it, because it will reduce its efficiency over 12 to 18 months. And then you just put a new little tube in it and it goes again. So if you notice it getting a little bit greener over time, it probably just means that tube needs replacing. So once again, when buying filters, it's really, you never regret buying the bigger, better filter. Yeah. Now, if you've got a bit of a smell in your pond, what we're really wanting to do is get more good bacteria, more water flow, and we don't want the smell. So if we're getting a smell in the water, that means that there's too much waste, too much decomposition. More good bacteria is going to limit any decomposition or issues with decomposition and smell that you might have. So if in doubt, bring us a water sample down to the shop and bring us a video so we can see what's going on in the pond. And we want to see any bits and pieces, water ages, fish foods and so forth that you've got in the video.